Love the smell of that stuff. Standard. Got some of these D-line. I know it's outside, but I just can't say it enough. Like, just get used to installing metal stuff. These are the galv ones, which is nice. Hopefully they look a little bit nicer than saddles. Got some black clips for the like CF invoice for about 3 million quid for all of it. M-box, gasket. I got some of these, the TRS ones, but I've also got some black ones. I'm not quite sure what I was going to go with. Got some sleeving, and I got some compound to go over the joints. Some of you may not do it, but I like to do it when they're outside in boxes. Put some of this compound around rather than like gel. Gel's alright, but I like using this stuff. Right, this isn't a new thing, this stuff. It's been around ages. There's loads of different ways of doing it. I get this from TLC, and it just does nice. It blends in with the existing wall where the old wall plugs were. See what I mean? But there's nothing new. So yeah, there's the 4 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll weather and age, but yeah, this stuff. TLC, a couple of quid for a tube. Right, got my boxes ready. I've done the conduit bend. Oh, they're just a little set, just there. And I fucking forgot my threader, so now I've got to go back and get my fucking threader. I even said to myself on the weekend, oh, don't forget, put the threader in the van, because you'll fucking need it, Lawrence. I fucking forgot it, you fucking prick. I don't know about you guys, but I was always taught to do 3 half turns and then unwind to get rid of the burr. And then, yeah, work your way down the shaft. Right, so it's all made up. Nice and tight. Not a con lock in sight. I put it in the vise to really turn one of them round on the thread, just to make it tight. You don't want it like floppy and loose, you know what I mean? So yeah, both graunched in nice and tight. And I'll still put a bond on it, habit, I think it's good practice. On the connection plate down here, or the connection point, and then up here, I'll join onto the pergola lights. Got my saddles up, or my D-line galv conduit clips up. I've just marksmaned the wall. I've just up there for reference, although it's into the wood, just reference so I know it's level, but it'll land there anyway, even when I put the once I collapse the saddles onto the conduit. But yeah, let's crack on. I'm not going to use these. I even tried to put some of these whisker inserts for the smaller round cables, but it's still, I wasn't happy with how much it compressed down. It didn't compress down far enough to adequately seal around that 2-core flex there. So I've gone for black whisker stuffing glands, 20mm, and they do compress down really small, which is nice and tight. So I've pre-wired it, and I'm going to mount it on the wall, fix it up. I'm going to use these just to help with water ingress and stuff. Some of these special washers, well, not special, but just I think EDMP washers or something they're called. You can get them from Screwfix, and I use one of them down there and again up there. Right, so I pumped silicone in the hole. I couldn't conjure it through because the cable was existing. So I pumped silicone in the hole, and that actually set, because it's so warm today, before I got round to mounting the conduit, which is great. So there's conduit in the hole. I put a fire membrane grommet, not because it's fire, or it's just because it's the membrane. I quite like the seal on it. So I put the fire membrane grommet on. I blobbed a bit more silicone just as I put the conduit box back on. I've earthed the end box, and I've also put this compound on. These are so smart. That's the top bit there. Yeah. So I'm back at this job where the client had a circular drum fitting, and they wanted this Festoon lighting, which at the time didn't realise that it needed, it's like one of those plug-in transformers like Christmas lights, and the lights are outdoor rated or IP rated, but the plug wasn't, so I needed to chop it off. But so I did pick up a transformer in the end from RS, so I'm just temporarily connecting it up just to see if this transformer works, and then, which you can see, well, it's quite bright, but you can see that they're working. I thought I'd just better check before I go to the effort of chopping in this box. What I'm going to do is put a single gang for the light switch, and then house the transformer in a 2-gang box there, rather than having it outside. You know? So now I know it works, let's crack on. So so the clients requested if I could mount it like that to hide behind the curtains, which is fair comment, but yeah, all right, that's fine by me. I see no issue with it. The only issue was that these dual boxes, they don't have the 3.5 lugs on the right side. So I've got some of these back box repair clips, and I've put them on the side so I can mount it like that. I'm gonna chop all that out. It looks like the cables come from above, which is great. That might help me. That helps me a lot. And then I can mount that in there, switch down the bottom, blank plate at the top, and I can get these lights going. But yeah, that's the plan. Let's see what we can do. So I'm going to pull these out, take the single box out, mount my 2-gang box, and hopefully sleeve them straight back in, and yeah, bring these straight through the 2-gang, straight back into the box, into the switch plate. And then this is the outgoing leg, the transformer, so I'll put that probably in the 2-gang box and have a little link between the two to switch line it on, if you know what I mean. But yeah. Lovely. Right, that's almost done. Switch terminator back in. I had to cut or bend back that lug there, and this one on the dual box, I had to cut it because you can't bang them, because this is like only very lightly held in place on 2 little lips on the left hand side. So if I'd have banged that or tried to bend it, that would have just popped out and just twisted. So I cut it and then put a little bit of grommet strip. So now the conductors in here are, yeah, DC 31 volts or something, fed from the transformer in the blank plate in here. I'll wait for the client to give me some nighttime pictures to see what it looks like.